Once, when people talked about global power, the names that dominated were New York, London, and Tokyo. But today, something unusual is happening. Far away from Wall Street, the City of London, and the neon towers of Shinjuku, 6 Indian cities are quietly building what could become the world's next business empire. From billion-dollar startups in Bengaluru to megaports in Ahmedabad, from IT hubs in Hyderabad to green energy capitals rising in Chennai, India's transformation is not a prediction. It's already happening right now. But here's the big question. Can India truly replace China as the world's factory and service hub? Or is this hype destined to collapse under its own chaotic weight? Because when you look closely, you'll see contradictions everywhere. Glittering tech parks next to sprawling slums, luxury malls across from choking traffic jams, stock markets booming while basic infrastructure struggles to keep up. And yet, through this chaos, a new kind of empire might just be taking shape, powered not by one city, but by 6 different engines working together. Setting the stage. Why India? So why is the world suddenly paying attention to India? The answer starts with people. More than 65% of India's population is under 35, making it the youngest major country on Earth. That's hundreds of millions of energetic, ambitious workers, entrepreneurs, and consumers entering the global economy at the same time that most Western and Asian countries are facing population decline. This youthful force is driving India's economy into uncharted territory. Already the 5th largest economy, India is projected to leapfrog Germany and Japan by 2030, placing it just behind the United States and China. That isn't just economic growth, that's an empire in the making. Global shifts are making this rise even more likely. As Western corporations pull manufacturing and supply chains out of China, they're looking for alternatives. Vietnam, Mexico, and Eastern Europe are part of the picture, but only India combines scale, talent, and political influence on this level. And the proof is in the investments. Apple is assembling iPhones in India, something unthinkable just a decade ago. Tesla is scouting locations for a gigafactory. Global investment funds are pouring billions into Indian markets, betting that this country isn't just another emerging economy, it's the world's next growth engine. Yet, India is a land of contrasts. Skyscrapers rise beside sprawling slums. Luxury malls sit across from crumbling roads. It is both chaotic and unstoppable at the same time. This dual reality is exactly what makes India fascinating, a country that thrives on contradictions, yet keeps pushing forward. Here's Silicon Valley of the East. Our first stop is Bengaluru, often called the Silicon Valley of the East. Just a few decades ago, this was a quiet garden city, known for its parks and mild weather. Today, it has transformed into India's technology capital. This is the city where Infosys and Wipro first proved India could run the world's back offices. Later, it gave rise to Flipkart, Ola, and Bijus, companies that went on to become billion-dollar unicorns. Bengaluru isn't just a hub for Indian startups, it's a hub for the global tech industry. Microsoft, Google, and Amazon all operate massive campuses here, employing tens of thousands of engineers. But success hasn't come without challenges. The city is infamous for its nightmarish traffic jams, endless infrastructure struggles, and even water shortages that threaten future growth. For many outsiders, Bengaluru feels like chaos on steroids. Yet despite these flaws, it remains the heartbeat of India's innovation ecosystem. Looking ahead, Bengaluru isn't slowing down. Startups here are diving into artificial intelligence, fintech, deep tech, and even space technology, boosted by ISRO's growing global reputation. In the next decade, Bengaluru could very well be the launchpad for India's next global tech giants. The financial nerve center next, we move west to Mumbai, India's financial powerhouse and cultural capital. If Bengaluru is India's brain, then Mumbai is its beating heart, of money and influence. This is the city of extremes. On one hand, it houses the Bombay Stock Exchange, Asia's oldest and one of the world's busiest trading floors. It is the headquarters of Reliance Industries, Tata Group, HDFC Bank, and countless other corporate giants. Mumbai also doubles as India's Hollywood, with Bollywood shaping the country's soft power far beyond its borders. But the contrasts here are impossible to ignore. Mumbai is home to some of the world's most expensive real estate, yet also to Dharavi, Asia's largest slum. Billion-dollar skyscrapers tower over cramped, overcrowded neighborhoods. In many ways, Mumbai embodies the contradictions of India itself, a messy blend of glamour, struggle, and ambition. Still, Mumbai is not standing still. Massive projects are reshaping the city: new metro lines, a coastal road project, and the long-awaited Navi Mumbai International Airport. Together, these will ease pressure on a city bursting at the seams and unlock even more business potential. For all its chaos, Mumbai remains India's New York City: noisy, overcrowded, yet impossible to ignore. It is where capital, media, and influence converge, making it a city that quite literally sets the pulse for the nation's economy. The industrial powerhouse if Mumbai is about money and Bengaluru about ideas, Ahmedabad is about muscle. This city, often described as the home turf of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has become synonymous with India's industrial rise. Once known for its textile mills, so much that it was nicknamed the Manchester of India, Ahmedabad has evolved into a global-scale manufacturing hub. And at the center of its transformation sits the Adani Group, a corporate empire that spans ports, power plants, cement, and even airports. From Mundra Port, one of the largest in the world, to energy projects fueling half the country, Adani's influence radiates outward from this city. But Ahmedabad isn't just about heavy industry. Walk along the Sabarmati riverfront, and you'll see how the city is reinventing itself, combining commerce, culture, and urban renewal in a way that projects modern ambition. Of course, it comes with controversy. Critics point to the corporate, political nexus that dominates this region, raising questions about wealth concentration and inequality. Still, for global investors, Ahmedabad remains irresistible. Its world-class infrastructure, pro-business policies, and strategic positioning make it one of India's most closely watched industrial engines. The Detroit of Asia. Travel south, and you'll find Chennai, a city that has earned the title of the Detroit of Asia. Why? Because this is where India's automotive dreams come to life. From Hyundai, Ford, and BMW to homegrown giants like TVS Motors and Ashok Leyland, Chennai is the undisputed hub of car and motorcycle manufacturing in India. But Chennai is more than just assembly lines. It is also a major IT services base, home to giants like Cognizant, TCS, and Infosys. Its strategic port gives it a powerful link to Southeast Asia, making it a vital node in global supply chains. Part of Chennai's strength lies in its workforce. The city is famous for its engineering talent and home to IIT Madras, one of the world's top technology institutes. That steady flow of skilled graduates makes it a magnet for global corporations. And the city is already looking ahead. Chennai is pivoting toward electric vehicle manufacturing, renewable energy, and aerospace, industries that could define the next industrial revolution. Think of it as Detroit and Silicon Valley rolled into one, but with an Indian twist of resilience and adaptability. From biryani to biotech and big tech, now let's head to Hyderabad, a city once famous mainly for its biryani and historic charminar. Today, it has reinvented itself as a global hub for technology and biotech. The transformation is most visible in High-Tech City, where the glass towers of Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta dominate the skyline. Each of these companies has built their second-largest global office right here, a sign of Hyderabad's rising global importance. But Hyderabad's true crown jewel is its pharmaceutical and biotech industry. During the pandemic, it was dubbed the vaccine capital of the world, as companies here produced and exported life-saving doses to over 150 countries. That reputation has made it a cornerstone of global healthcare supply chains. The government of Telangana has played its part by cultivating pro-business policies and a startup-friendly ecosystem. Massive projects like Pharma City, data centers, and aerospace parks are already in the pipeline, promising to take Hyderabad's economy to the next level. If Bengaluru is India's Silicon Valley, Hyderabad is more like Austin meets Boston, a mix of disruptive startups, deep tech innovation, and a growing role in shaping global industries. The startup and finance frontier. Finally, we arrive at Gurugram, better known by its old name, Gurgaon. Just 2 decades ago, this was farmland on the outskirts of Delhi. Today, it's a skyline of glass towers, luxury malls, and corporate headquarters, a city that rose out of nowhere to become one of India's most important business frontiers. Gurugram is the home of some of India's most famous startup unicorns. Zomato, Paytm, and UrbanClap all began here. Its Cyber City district is packed with multinational headquarters, buzzing co-working spaces, and private equity firms. On paper, it looks like the future of India's economy. But dig deeper, and you'll see the cracks. Unlike cities planned for growth, Gurugram has expanded too fast. It suffers from poor public transport, crumbling roads, and unreliable water and electricity supply. In many ways, It embodies India's most chaotic form of capitalism, rapid growth without solid foundations. Yet that chaos is also its charm. Investors see Gurugram as a frontier of opportunity, a place where the rules are still being written. Its future lies in fintech, AI startups, and private equity capital, making it less about factories and more about financial power. Gurugram is messy, unstable, and imperfect, but it might just be the wild card that pushes India's rise even faster. A new business empire now. Step back and look at the big picture. Each of these 6 cities represents a different pillar of India's economic rise. Bengaluru tech and innovation, Mumbai finance and media, Ahmedabad industry and infrastructure, Chennai manufacturing and automobiles, Hyderabad biotech and IT, Gurugram startups and capital. Individually, they are powerful. Together, they are creating a multi-core business empire unlike anything the world has seen. China's rise was built around the dominance of single mega-regions like Shenzhen and Shanghai. India, by contrast, is building a distributed network of power centers, each city specializing, yet connected to the larger whole. That diversity is India's greatest advantage. If one city slows down, another picks up the slack. But it also creates challenges. Inequality between regions, crumbling infrastructure, corruption, and political tug-of-wars threaten to hold this empire back. India's rise is not guaranteed, but its potential is undeniable. The global stakes the question the world is now asking: can India replace China as the next global growth engine? Western investors are already betting billions on it. But risks remain. India's young workforce is an unmatched advantage, yet automation and AI could reduce the need for cheap human labor. Political stability is another double-edged sword. India sells itself as the world's largest democracy, but crackdowns on dissent, shrinking press freedom, and rising polarization could destabilize confidence. And beyond economics, this race isn't just about GDP numbers. It's about cultural influence, technological leadership, and soft power. If India succeeds, it won't just be another economic giant, it could reshape global politics, media, and culture the way America did in the 20th century. So here's the big question: will these 6 cities build the next global empire, or will India's chaos consume its own rise? 10 years from now, the debate may not be about whether India will rise, but how high it can go, and how far the world will let it. Now I want to hear from you. Which city do you think will lead India's new business empire? Will it be the tech capital Bengaluru, the financial giant Mumbai, or maybe the wildcard Gurugram? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of India's rise, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because we are diving deeper into the global power shifts reshaping the 21st century.